Today, we're discussing 3 reasons your calcium supplement is not working. I've been taking calcium for years to keep my bones strong. But why are my bones still getting weaker, my scans worsening, and my risk of fractures increasing? If that sounds familiar, pay close attention. Because here is the uncomfortable truth. Most seniors think calcium works in a straight line. You take it. It strengthens your bones. Simple. But that is not reality. Calcium is a system, a chain. And if one link breaks, the entire process fails. So the real question is not, am I taking enough calcium? The real question is my body actually using it? Sit back, relax, because I will be giving practical tips to help solve your problem. Number 1, bad gut health. Let's start with the most overlooked reason, your gut. Because calcium does not work if your gut cannot absorb it. Everything begins there, in the intestines. Now imagine this. You take your calcium, you swallow it. You do everything right. But instead of being absorbed, it simply passes through your system, unused, undelivered, useless. That is what happens when gut health is not working properly. A healthy intestine should break down nutrients, absorb minerals like calcium, transfer them into the bloodstream. But when gut health is weak, that entire system slows down or collapses completely. And calcium never enters the body properly. Look out. Once you notice this, the reason becomes clearer. You may experience bloating after meals, excessive gas, indigestion that keeps returning, abdominal discomfort, frequent diarrhea or loose stools. At first, it feels normal, but actually, these are not just stomach issues. They are absorption warnings. And here's the twist. If calcium cannot be absorbed, it cannot reach your bones. In some cases, the problem is deeper, such as celiac disease, Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, previous bowel surgery, chronic pancreatitis, long-term gut inflammation. These conditions damage the intestinal lining. And once the lining is damaged, calcium absorption drops significantly. Now listen carefully, because this is where improvement begins. To improve calcium absorption, increase fiber slowly, vegetables, fruits, oats. Add probiotics, yogurt, fermented foods. Reduce ultra-processed foods and excess sugar. Drink enough water daily to support digestion. Eat smaller, more frequent meals if digestion is weak. Avoid unnecessary antibiotics that damage gut bacteria. Seek medical evaluation if symptoms persist. But here's the important part. When gut health improves, calcium absorption improves automatically. For a fact, that is superb. But if you don't pair it with this next one, the magic is lost. Because even when calcium is absorbed, it still may not work. And here is why. Number 2, cofactors deficiency. Let's call this the calcium team failure. Calcium is not a solo mineral. It never works alone. It needs a team. Without that team, calcium becomes ineffective. Calcium is like bricks. But bricks alone do not build a house. You need structure. You need direction. You need coordination. Without it, nothing stands. If you have watched to this point, type cofactor in the comment section. Just do it now so you don't forget. Now let's continue. These 3 cofactors must not be deficient. If not, calcium will end up not getting to the bones. 1, vitamin D. I call it the gateway. Vitamin D ushers calcium into the bloodstream. But without enough vitamin D, calcium absorption drops sharply. Even if you take enough calcium, it cannot enter properly. 2, magnesium. I call this the activator. Now, pay attention to the loop. Magnesium activates vitamin D. Without magnesium, vitamin D becomes weak. calcium transport slows down. Bone building reduces. So calcium is present, but inactive. 3. Vitamin K2. I call it the director. Vitamin K2 then controls where calcium goes. It activates osteocalcin, which pulls calcium into bones. Without K2, calcium may remain in the bloodstream or settle in the wrong places. You might be asking, what can possibly happen when cofactors are missing? This is where things become dangerous. Instead of strengthening bones, calcium may contribute to arterial calcification, kidney stones, weak bone structure, despite sufficient intake. So more calcium is not always better. Sometimes it is just misdirected. Do you want to fix cofactor problems? Now here's what actually works. Get safe sunlight exposure daily. This is vitamin D activation. Test and supplement vitamin D if low. Increase magnesium-rich foods such as nuts, seeds, leafy greens. Consider magnesium supplementation if needed. Include vitamin K2 sources such as fermented foods, eggs, cheese. Increase protein intake to support bone structure. Take calcium with meals containing these nutrients. When you fix cofactors, calcium finally has a working system. And once you notice this, you begin to see something else. Even with a perfect gut health, even perfect cofactors, calcium still fails. Then you should look out for this next reason. Number 3, medication interactions. These are the hidden blockers. Now let's talk about something most seniors never suspect. Your medications, because sometimes the problem is not what you lack. It is what is interfering silently. Acid-reducing medications. Some medications reduce stomach acid. For example, omeprazole, pantoprazole. These are used for reflux or heartburn. But here is the issue. Calcium carbonate needs stomach acid to dissolve. Without acid, it does not break down properly. So calcium enters your body, but remains partly undissolved and exits unused. Other medications, such as thyroid medications, certain antibiotics, long-term steroid use, they may reduce absorption, affect bone metabolism, increase calcium loss. Even when medications are necessary, timing becomes critical. If calcium is taken too close to these drugs, they may bind together and both become less effective. So now the issue is not only what you take, but when you take it, here's what helps. Separate calcium and thyroid meds by 4 hours. Separate calcium and antibiotics by at least 2 to 4 hours. Take calcium at a different time from iron supplements. Consider calcium citrate if on acid blockers. Never take all supplements together at once. Follow a structured daily schedule. On one hand, you need your medications. But on the other hand, timing determines whether calcium works or fails. So let's bring everything together. If your calcium is not working, it usually comes down to 3 hidden reasons. First, gut problems blocking absorption. Second, missing cofactors like vitamin D, magnesium, and vitamin K2. Third, medication interactions affecting digestion, absorption, or timing. So the real question is not, am I taking enough calcium? The real question is my body actually able to absorb, activate, and deliver calcium to my bones? Because if any part of this system is broken, calcium will not work. Not because it is useless, but because it is incomplete. And once you fix these missing pieces, that is when calcium finally starts doing what it was designed to do. Strengthen your bones, protect your movement, and help you stay independent as you age. I hope this video helped. Tell us in the comment which calcium supplement you take and how it works for you. If there's any topic you would want us to cover next, drop it in the comment section as well. As a healthcare professional, I break down complex health topics into simple, practical advice and tips seniors can actually use. Backed by my deep medical research and real-world health experience. Click on one of these icons that just popped on your screen. Trust me, you will get value for your time. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, so YouTube can show it to seniors who will benefit from it. See you in my next video.